Bronny James has recently started to improve off of his last two previous games, dropping 13 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 blocks in a win against the Cleveland Cavaliers, shooting 50% from the field, and dropping 12 points, shooting 45% from the field, knocking down the first couple of threes in his professional career in another win against the Atlanta Hawks. Even though he is starting to find his groove, is it too early to switch up and say that Bronny is now ready for the league? Malachi, do we think Bronny is ready?
I do not think Bronny is ready. I will say that I don't really understand why all of the now inordinate amount of praise is being given to Bronny James when I heard when his first few season struggles were occurring during the summer league, people were saying that the summer league doesn't matter. So now it matters. He's had pedestrian double-digit performances and now it matters. Warranted. Bronny James has played well over the past 2 games. His effort level has improved. I think it's because he's had confidence. I think one thing that happens is that his defense in the first few games were being overrated. I don't think he was really given great effort in those first few games. His effort level has improved a little bit simply off of the fact that he's making shots. When you're not making shots and you're taking a lot of shots, he was shooting atrociously in those first few games. It kind of takes away all of the energy that you have. So now that he's making shots, he's getting into the mid-range, which I like. I think that's what I was most impressed by was his mid-range game. He made a few threes, so he's now making threes. Yeah, he's played pretty well in the summer league. He is still playing like a role player in the summer league. I've not seen much. So my thing is for the people that now want to give him flowers, what are y'all trying to say? Are you trying to say that now he's NBA quality? Are you trying to say that now you see potential? Can he play in the NBA right now? Is he going to be a star in the G League right now? What are y'all trying to say? I think that people need to make known what their arguments are. Don't just come in the comment section or talking on these media platforms. Oh yeah, what y'all got to say about Bronny now? What do y'all have to say about Bronny now? He played good. He is a second round draft pick, but a lot of those guys that he's playing with and that are on his team are undrafted.
And the rest are nobodies.
He's supposed to be the second best player on that team behind Dalton Connect because he was their second draft pick. The Los Angeles Lakers only had 2 draft picks. So yeah, he was the 55th overall draft pick, but most of those guys that he is playing are other second round draft picks and they are also undrafted.
And the rest are nobodies.
He's doing his job. He's doing well. We're going to give credit where credit is due. I think Bronny James is improving game by game, but I want to know what are people really saying about Bronny James? What is the overall narrative? I hope that people saw that those betting guys, Bronny James is now the prohibitive favorite to win Rookie of the Year. Like, yeah, what are we really talking about?
That's crazy.
What I'm saying. I saw Colin Cowherd. He basically was saying that looks like we are in a great economy because people are willing to because people are basically burning their money. They're betting on Bronny James to be Rookie of the Year.
Wow.
What are we talking about?
Shoot, I'll definitely take somebody up on that bet, but it's so crazy because now ever since Bronny done had these 2 good games, now the narrative's been, oh, ever since Jaylen Brown said that, now Bronny started to wake up. Now Bronny's taking that personal. I thought Bronny doesn't give a fuck. So it doesn't really need to take it personal if he doesn't give a fuck.
It's a lot of hypocrisy being seen across the NBA.
Like folks want to switch up that quick.
They have been waiting for him to play decent because he was playing bad. So now they're waiting on him to play decent. He played decent. I actually liked his second performance. I like the fact that I think in the first, when they played the Hawks, right? Yeah. It was clear that the coach or maybe JJ Redick, maybe Rob Pelinka was like, look, we want you. We're gonna sit Dalton Connect in this game. We're gonna low manage Dalton Connect in this game because we want to get Bronny's confidence up because his confidence was at an all-time low. I think that there was a guy, Kermit Washington, he came out and said that Bronny, it makes him a little nervous seeing Bronny's demeanor. He thinks that Bronny is really struggling mentally because he's not playing well. That was being spoken by ex-NBA players, professionals, that Bronny's demeanor of him not giving a fuck, I guess it was really affecting his mental. I think that Rob Pelinka and staff, they said, look, let's get him involved early. Let's run plays for him early. Let's sit Connect because Connect is the clear number 1 option on this summer league team. So let's run all the offense through Bronny James. That's what they did. It boosted his confidence that he made his first shot, and that basically took a lot of the load and pressure off. So he basically just took a carryover from that game. My thing is he did what he was supposed to do in these last 2 games. As a second round draft pick, you have to prove to us that you're worthy of an NBA contract because Bronny's money is already guaranteed. So people need to make up their mind. What is the dialogue? Is Bronny James here? Is he here just to get in reps? Because he's not good enough to get in reps. Or is he here to actually prove that he belongs? Because most people in his position, they would be trying to prove that they're worthy of an NBA contract.
Right.
He hasn't done much.
Nah. Now that Bronny done started scoring, they just want to take it and roll with it, which is kind of crazy because I mean, it's just 2 games and now all of a sudden he's rookie of the year off of that. We need to also talk about that number 2 pick, Alex Zara. I mean, he's going band for band with Bronny.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Right now, who's the worst in the summer league? Alex Zara make Tony Snell's 0-0-0-0 stats in 28 minutes look like nothing.
Trap so old, gotta run out the high when I play my music so the roof don't fall on me. Trap so old, gotta run out the high when I play my music.
And that's sad. Our number 2 pick, brother, what are we doing? And then he dropped 2 points right after that. So I mean,
Know your fucking place, trash.
and for the people that are gonna watch this video and say we didn't bring this up, there you go. Cause I mean, that is horrible from a number 2 pick. That's wild. But I mean, Bronny James, he's steadily improving off of this. What are their expectations? I watched Gilbert Arenas, his podcast, and him and Kenya Martin said that there shouldn't be no expectation for Bronny James at all. They said he basically just wanted to make the league and that's it. And since he's the 55th pick, there should be no expectations.
So he has no expectations. All he wanted to do is make the league. If that's the case, he made the league, you got drafted, retire. Since there are no expectations, your only thing was to make it to the league. You've made it, now go home.
Right.
That makes no sense. There are no expectations. Everybody has expectations. You know what it means to have no expectations? You are entitled. You have nepotism. You aren't expected to do anything because you really don't belong. So that is a ridiculous statement by Gilbert Arenas and Kenya Martin, who are clearly in the pockets of Rich Paul. He's been on their platform a few times, if I'm not mistaken. So they're showing their agenda driving and their biases. I cannot take them seriously.
I feel like Gilbert Arenas, he could, I mean, he's the most to relate with Bronny because, you know, he's a 2nd round pick and he had to work his way up.
That's different. Gilbert Arenas had to work his way up. Bronny James didn't have to work for shit.
Right. I don't see why Bronny James can't have an expectation because, I mean, there was interviews, you know, before he got drafted, they were asking Bronny about his career and he said he wanted to make a name for himself. So obviously he has an expectation for himself if he wants to make a name for himself. He said that basically him being one and done was due to his heart condition, which I get is a crazy thing. You know, you almost died, but they gave you the green light, say you can come back play ball. He said that LeBron James basically wanted Bronny to go ahead, come to the league so he can be around him basically 24/7. I'm like, what? Because
I'm calling
Bronny James so-called does his own stuff, right? I thought Bronny James wants to do his own thing, but Lil Daddy tells him what to do.
One thing about that commentary is I'm calling bullshit because okay, LeBron James, sir, respectfully, Bronny James is your son. He's also 18, 19 years old. He's a grown man. He was playing at the University of Southern California. That's what you wanted. You wanted him to be close near you. How close can you get? You want eyes on him 24/7? What type of shit is that? So my thing is, like Jalen said, if that's the case, that's the reason, I'm with it. Stop bringing up these other damn factors talking about he got it on his own and he earned it. You are contradicting yourself every time you open up your damn mouth, LeBron James. You say that, oh, Bronny, he worked so hard. He got it on his own. JJ Redick, everything that he has, he earned. But then you say, oh, well, the reason why he's one and done is because, you know, of the heart condition. Which one is it? Because it cannot be both.
I think it's both.
How is it both?
I don't know.
If Bronny James really,
I don't know.
What you mean you don't know? It's contradictory because he was going to be close to his dad if he stayed at UC anyway. LeBron James, they have 41 home games. So you're at least guaranteed to be there 41 home games. So 50% of your season. But LeBron James is rich as hell. He's richer than rich. You can at any time.
billionaire made.
Well, I would doubt that he's cheap about his children. I think that if Bronny James needs immediate assistance, LeBron James would get his ass on a PJ and fly to Bronny James. If Bronny James was in Siberia, he would fly there and it wouldn't be difficult for LeBron James. So all that, I want to have eyes on you 24/7. I'm not understanding because isn't he supposed to be in the G League? If he's going to play some games in the G League, he's not going to be at all of your games. So you are not making any sense at all. You need to be consistent with your dialogue. In that interview with Dave McMenamin, where he's talking about how Bronny doesn't give a, and all of that type of stuff, talking about how hard Bronny works, how he's earned everything. JJ Redick talking about how he's earned everything. That is contradicting to the point that was made. That the biggest reason, which I believe that one, he wanted to be close to his son because of the heart condition. I think two, they realized that Bronny is not that good. And I think that three, Bron wants to hurry up and accelerate the path to boost his legacy, which is to play with his son. I don't think it has anything to do with Bronny getting it on his own, because no indicator showcased that.
Bronny came out the mud.
What mud? You mean like a mud bath? Like
the suburbs?
That's the only mud that Bronny James is seeing is a mud bath, a spa day. He didn't come out no damn mud. Stop it.
Another point, Kenya Martin, he said Bronny was way behind any of these draft picks. If that's the case, Bronny James got the green light after that heart condition. You telling me you can't stay one more year to develop yourself? Since you want to prove yourself, there's nothing wrong with you staying one more year if you're that confident that you can make it to the professional level without worrying about your father's help. You telling me you can't stay one more year?
None of these ex-athletes are making any sense, in my opinion. I cannot take anything that they say seriously, especially NBA players. They're the most egotistical athletes probably outside of soccer players. Their ego is just so high. They're the type of people that they will lie straight to your face. And if you call them out on that lie and disagree with them, they'll try to make you feel dumb.
And then I hate when, like, sometimes they'll just yell like that's proven.
Gilbert Arenas.
Like, man, Gilbert Arenas, boy, he just be yelling like that proves his point. Brandon Jennings was like, if my son ain't that good, I'm not finna sit here and baby him. I'm gonna tell him, hey, bro, you're not good.
Which is what any parent really should do.
Gilbert and Kenyon, I mean, they was just attacking, bro. You a father, you ain't finna do that to your son.
So my thing with the perspective thing, first of all, the only athletes that are in the position to have nepotism to their kids are the ones that were great and are also making a lot of money. LeBron James, he has a third one, which is the fact that he's still currently playing. He's the effective player. If you are in that position, let's take Shaquille O'Neal, for example. Shaquille O'Neal has a lot of money. He has a lot of influence. He was a phenomenal player. Did he do that? No, because this is athletics, dog. Shaquille O'Neal can get his son a job. He can get his son a job. His son can work for him in his business. Yeah, these are different circumstances. This is athletics, because the difference between athletics and a job you can receive training and you can learn how to do that job if it's skill based. When something is athletically based, the best of the best are in this job. If you are not on that level and you don't belong, you are putting your son in a negative situation. Yeah, he may make a few $1 million for a few seasons, but is that good longevity for his career? No, it's not, because he does not belong and he'll never belong. If Bronny was a great athlete and had a great college career and could get it on his own, there would be no need for the nepotism, but also it would be well deserved. And maybe there would be some other things that Bron could do that could influence him getting more money, but he would belong and it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But the fact that Bronny James, by no stretch of the imagination, is an NBA product, is NBA quality. All data that we have has led us to see and determine that he is not NBA quality because of his performance in college and his dimensions. So you're only here because of your dad. What if your dad is not here? Because that's the difference between a lot of instances of nepotism. Like, let's say a father has a $1 billion business and he brings his son on board. Once his son has training, he doesn't need his dad to continue that role in that position. If he's competent. When LeBron James retires, if Bronny James has not shown that he's an NBA quality player, he will not have a job. He's through. They will get him out of there. They're not going to keep him just because LeBron James wants him to be there if LeBron is not on that team or not in the league. So people are not making any sense. LeBron should have utilized his resources to put Bronny in the best collegiate position so he could develop his skills. If he gets to a point where he's a college product and he's on the mock draft boards legitimately, then you go from there. But he did not deserve to be on there. And this was a weak draft.
I don't even think that we could really say Bronny's gonna be rookie of the year, because I mean, how many games is he gonna play? Bronny James, he'll probably suit up for like 15 or something, like NBA games. That's on the high end. If the Lakers really want to develop him and are actually trying to get some talent out of him, then he shouldn't be touching the NBA court.
Agreed.
He should be playing in the G League. Even though he's going to the G League, he finna be in the trenches.
Like, they gave him 7.8 or however it was. They gave him a contract. Like, what's the point of giving out a contract like that if the end goal is just put him in the G League? Not necessarily a waste of a pick, but I mean, kind of it is a waste of a pick.
Waste of roster space. Waste of roster space, because that roster space could be given to somebody else. Like, we've seen some guys on the Lakers that have performed relatively relatively well in the G League, like Castleton. Hurst, yeah, he's played great. That could be a roster spot for him, especially if Bronny is in the G League. But since Bronny is on that guaranteed deal, they don't have another roster space.
Bronny might mess around and have to stay in the G League the whole season, and then they throw him into the NBA game come next season, and he still doesn't fit right. So then you got to throw him back in there. So then your money's still sitting in the G League. So you like, hey, we gonna need to see some results like now, because you basically wasting our money. This situation, still, I think it's a lose-lose for the Lakers. I mean, it's a win-win for Bron, because a little legacy, and he playing with his son. But like I said, Bronny, he's just not ready, man. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with somebody not being ready. And they say we putting all this pressure on a 18, 19-year-old. But I mean, folks are putting all this pressure on LeBron, and he succeeded. Folks putting all this pressure on Dwight Howard, comes straight out of high school. Folks putting all this pressure on Wemby. Folks putting all this pressure on all these young talents. But when we put it on Bronny, it's like a different story, just because we talking about him because he made it through his dad. I mean, that's the truth. People are so fixated on their own opinion that they really don't want to open their eyes and see what's right in front of them. Of course, he clearly got here through his dad. That's the truth. And there's nothing wrong with the truth.
For all the people that are okay with this situation, we've talked about nepotism in different walks of life, different aspects of business. So like, let's say that, you're working your day job in the office, and your manager or your director or whoever, they hire their son. Their son gets hired. The son doesn't have any credentials, didn't even go to college, barely graduated high school.
Right.
And you got your bachelor's degree or whatever, maybe a master's degree, and y'all are basically at the same level. And y'all are now co-workers. What is your respect level for that employee? Your respect level is going to be low. You're going to be irritated that person has a job.
Right.
So what do people think that the other NBA guys, even the guys that are way 10, 15, 20, 50, 100 times better than Bronny, what do you think is going to be their reaction to this guy that's only in here because of his lineage? That, like, it's not going to be good. And nobody that's being honest and would put themselves in that situation could say that they're okay with that, because you wouldn't be. It's not human nature to be. And then my last point is the fact that we have had a lot of people talking about how, why are you giving attention to a 55th overall pick? Ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 videos about the draft. We made a video about the first round. We made a video about the second round. And of course, the second round is all about Bronny James. Go look at the view count of both of those videos and tell us who really cares about the 55th overall pick. Clearly, the viewership does. They care more about the 55th overall pick than they do with the first round.
And that goes to the NBA media. You want to ask us why we're putting so much focus on him? Why is the media focusing so much on a 55th overall pick? They got him on billboards at the Summer League. We got former NBA players saying, oh, we're only watching the Summer League because of him. So you're asking the wrong people that question.
This motherfucker makes his first mid-range shot, and 5 minutes later it's on ESPN.
Like, this dude has full play highlights, not even full game highlights, full play. We ain't never seen that before. I've never seen somebody have a 2-point highlight tape, bro. Anyways, to close off this video, Bronny James, we will continue to see if he grows or improves off his 2 pretty good games. We'll catch y'all on the next one.
Had control for most of the second half. What allowed you guys to come back and get your first win here at Summer League?
Just being solid on the defense end. We try to come out and, get a good shot every time down. We focus on that, and it's a good outcome, So.
Seemed like your best game this summer. How did you assess the way that you played?
Just trying to forget about all the shots I missed, forget about all the games we lost. Just come out, play my game and try to do my best every time I come on the court. So that's what I did tonight, and it ended up well.
How'd it feel to see that 3 go down?
Really good. Felt really good. Yeah.
Many more. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.